if you have a person in your family that's a co-parent that is trying to figure out the whole timing situation, instead of just saying, be at my house at this time and bring this dish, maybe give them a call and ask, hey, Billy Bob, I know you want to have your kids, or what's the game plan, and feel that parent out first before making the decision.
Absolutely.
There's no set time in the set book of
like
holiday
not to step on
times.
toes kind of thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
And just to kind of not make it so stressful for that parent at that time, because it is stressful. It's trying to figure out the time and the date and who to be where and pick up there and wear this dress but give me that dress back and just the whole thing. Just, if you're hosting a holiday and you have a parent that is co-parenting, all I ask is that you just give them a call and say, hey, what time is your ex-wife or spouse or husband doing something, so then we can coordinate and make their life easier.
That's a great point. All right, let's just run through out loud. Okay. All right. Welcome to The Village, the heartwarming and insightful podcast where two incredible moms come together to share their journey of navigating life, love, and the intricate art of blending families. Join us as we dive into the joys, challenges, and unique experiences that arise when two families become one. Hosted by Kayla.
That's me. And hosted by Megan.
That's me.
The Village offers a genuine and relatable space where we share our personal stories, triumphs, and lessons learned on the path of creating a harmonious and loving blended family. Whether you're a stepmom,
Bonus mom,
a birth mom, or simply someone interested in the beautiful chaos of family dynamics, this podcast is for you.
Each episode is a heartfelt conversation that covers a wide range of topics, from the everyday moments that bring laughter and tears to the more complex discussions surrounding co-parenting, step-sibling relationships, and building a strong foundation of love and trust. We openly explore the challenges we've faced, the strategies we've employed, and the unexpected joys that have come our way.
The Village isn't just about blending families. It's about the power of friendship, support, and sharing the journey with someone who understands. Tune in as we swap stories, offer practical advice, and invite experts to weigh in on subjects like effective communication, managing expectations, and nurturing connections in a modern blended family.
Whether you're seeking guidance, inspiration, or simply a sense of community, The Village is here to remind you that you're never alone on this incredible journey. Subscribe now to join our community of fellow moms, and let's mom together through the ups and downs, creating a tapestry of love and unity one episode at a time.
I mean, after all, it takes a village.
Oh yeah, and by the way, her ex-husband is my current husband.
Test 1 2.
Yeah.
Test
Okay, cool.
1 2.
Cool. Start over. Hi, guys.
Hey everyone. Episode 4 today.
Yes.
Um
I was going to say thanks, you guys, for being patient with us as we went through sicknesses and birthdays and all that good holiday stuff. I know we're behind a week. My sister gave me a hard time about it. She was like, I was waiting, and I was like, my bad.
Someone at work was playing it out loud, and it was me awkwardly trying to do a script super quickly before I had to head to dinner for the holidays. And I'm like, why are you playing that out loud? She was like, where's my episode? And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Our bad.
Yes.
Yeah, we just got some of the crud that's been going around Jacksonville.
Yeah.
We kind of passed around the whole family. Luckily, it didn't make it to your house, though. Knock on wood. But yeah, we passed it around. Now we're almost back to normal. So
yes,
we're back with a really fun holiday episode today.
Yeah. Happy holidays, everybody. We
Happy
kind
holidays.
of, dressed for the occasion with our holiday cheer. It is December, which is one of my favorite months. And so this episode honestly is going to be about the holidays.
Yep.
The good, the bad, the ugly, the fun, the unfortunate.
And how we handle everything.
Yeah, how we handle it, how we understand that sometimes the holidays aren't as fun without your kiddos, but we're going to try our best to help you make the best of it.
Yep.
So with that said, Megan, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, man. I had to go Grinch.
Which Grinch?
So I knew you were going to say that. I have to go... I guess I have to do the Jim Carrey
Perfect.
make, Like the original cartoon, love it as a kid, watched it with the kids, but like Jim Carrey's the best.
That's like the one that you have it on the background.
Yes.
Like when you're doing laundry or
Yes.
whatever. But then like the one where you sit down with the popcorn and the soda and you watch
Hot
the Jim
cocoa.
Carrey version.
Exactly.
And so good.
Favorite. What about you?
Mine's either going to be the Jim Carrey the Grinch or Elf. I consider myself Buddy the Elf, hence the decor.
Fair.
That's just one of those things.
That's a good one too.
Yes. I think it's just so funny and how comical and innocent he is as a grown adult. In New York City, I've been there once, and it was the hustle and the bustle and the busyness, and I too felt like Buddy the Elf, just,
Being so excited.
yes,
Yeah.
but then like not knowing what to do and how to figure it all out.
When I was sick, I got trapped in the Hallmark Christmas movies.
Those actors are horrible.
They're so bad.
They're so bad.
They're really bad, and all the storylines are pretty much the same, but in new settings with like, I don't even want to say new people because it's the same people that they use in different roles. I think I watched like 3 different Hallmark movies, all equally terrible.
Yeah.
But I had nothing else to do.
I
was
mean-
trying to like be holiday-ish.
Yes, while you were stuck with the crud.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Favorite Christmas song?
Oh gosh.
Do you like Christmas music?
I do.
Okay.
Generally, I'm not the kind of person that like plays it like early in the year or
Yeah,
like
me either.
I play it like when we're like wrapping presents or decorating the tree, like those kind of things, like a theme song in the background. I feel like it's controversial, but I love Baby It's Cold Outside because I liked it when I was a kid.
Oh.
I know.
Oh. Well, we know you and Danny when it's cold outside.
I just love, I don't know why. I think it's just
That's
like,
fair.
it's an older, like, original.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, what, top 10? Which one do you want me to go with? Like all
Give me
of
top
them?
3. Give me top 3.
Oh, top 3. I really enjoy, I like to go to the concerts, and when they do the, gosh, I can't think of the song. It's always by candlelight, and it's
Holy Night?
I like that. Yes.
Yeah.
See, I got a lot. That's not fair. I like that one. I also like the one where they're all singing differently. It's like, sweet.
Oh,
that
yeah.
one? I like that one. I like Mary Did You Know?
That's a good one.
I like...
See, none of these pop in my head when you say Christmas music. I think of like, my brain honestly blanked for a second. I was like, what do I like?
Yeah.
But you know a lot.
I have a top 10. Well, what's funny is when I was walking through the hospital today, they played it like over like the music. I never knew our hospital played over the head music, and I had a Grinch moment because I was like, "The heck? Why are they? But what is happening? Like, why are we?" But then I started cheering up, and I was like, "Oh, look at our hospital playing Christmas music."
That was a good one.
Those are
Do you guys have like a holiday tradition that you like look forward to every year, like you and the kids, or you and Steven, or?
Yeah. So, ever since, funny you ask, ever since my divorce, my mom, my dad, the kids and I, and then like whoever was like around our family at that time. Like I remember my mom and dad's friends, Lisa and Tony, started it with us. My neighbors, John was just here. Jen and John and their kids came, and we do a gingerbread competition.
Oh, okay.
Boys versus girls.
Okay.
And then we post it on social media till about we'll give it like 3 or 4 hours, and
whoever gets the most likes kind
correct.
of thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Vote
cool.
A for this house and B for this house, and girls are like undefeated. I don't know.
So
Just saying.
So bring it this year, basically.
Yeah. So this year I think we're doing it with my niece and my nephew. And my biological mom's gonna come, and it's gonna be fun.
That is fun.
I'm gonna try my best to
I've never
step
done
back.
like gingerbread houses. That's not something we ever did. Like
It's
when I was a
tough.
kid or anything.
Neither did I, and that's why I wanted to try it and do something fun and
different.
There's been some arguments and disagreements and battle to the fittest. You are timed, so you only get I think we do 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's a rush.
But the house is already structured.
Yes.
So like not the glue, but like the icing dried the night before. Like it's all prepped.
Oh, okay.
Everyone has the same amount of decorations.
Okay.
We got 45 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. What about you?
I have great intentions when it comes to holiday routine.
Fair.
I feel like legitimately get overwhelmed by everything I want to do, and then I don't do hardly anything.
Yep.
We always decorate the tree together. Like it's
Yep.
me and the kids. Actually, Dan doesn't ever do the tree with us, but me and the kids always do the tree together.
Okay.
For the last couple years, we've done the St. Augustine, the Nights
We've
of
done
Lights.
that, what, last 2
years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's always fun. I feel like at the minimum, we always do like some Christmas light driving around.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yep.
mid-December, maybe right
Mhm.
before Christmas, and then we just go look at like the different neighborhood lights. But other than that, and we usually do like a movie night, obviously. Like Grinch, Hot
we
Cocoa.
did Home
like,
Alone last night.
Yeah.
We go through
usually do
the
that.
3. So Landon's favorite is Home Alone.
Okay.
So we did that last night, and it was just a nice little
I love Home
kickoff.
Alone.
It was last minute. It was Landon's idea, and he's like, "Can we watch Home Alone?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, okay.
Absolutely.
Turn off all the lights. It's Home Alone time. So it was fun.
Yeah.
So I love the holidays.
Yeah.
I know there are people that don't love the holidays. To the fact of what you just said, and to my post the other day when everyone was, I was by
Sick and
myself
everything.
here by the sign. I hate that expectation that you feel like you have to do everything.
Yeah.
And you don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. You can miss a party, or you can miss the cookie exchange. The world is not going to end.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, they'll probably have their 2nd annual and their 3rd annual next year and the year after. So you've got opportunity.
Well, and then you got the really fun week of school where it's like you don't already have all that other stuff to do.
Oh.
But then they have Grinch Day and
Did you see the
Polar
TikTok?
Express Day. Yes. And I'm like, that's
100% true.
spot on as a parent.
Yep.
Like,
And the 3 oldest,
Mhm.
Brayden, Emma, and Landon have midterms.
yeah, next week.
That threw a wrench into my
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
cheery self.
Well, Emma told me today that they had like Ugly Sweater Day, and I was
Ooh.
like, "There's no way you had Ugly Sweater Day. Christmas isn't like your next
And it was
week
hot.
is your
we
last
live in
week."
Florida.
Yeah. And she's like, "No, we do have it." And then another mom was like, "Oh, they probably don't want them doing Christmas stuff on midterm week because it would distract them." And I'm
That
like,
makes sense.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
But it's always like lower division. It's always been the week of like that final week.
Yep.
And they do all the fun
I
activities,
got the thing
and you
in the-
basically don't learn anything that week. And we
No.
have to buy presents for teachers. But no, I think that's a great point because I know like with all 4 of the kids when they're at my house, there's just so much expectation of like participating in everything and having to
Mhm.
have the coolest like Grinch outfit for Grinch Day.
Yeah.
Or, like whatever, like you said, like whatever it is that's expected of you, you feel like you have to accommodate to make everyone happy. And I think it's missing the whole point of what Christmas is about.
Yeah, and I
So-
think to me, Christmas is what makes you happy. So if
Mhm.
you find yourself like flustered and all this stuff, like just like stop what you're doing and say, no, like
Mhm.
I'm going to do what's happy for me and my kids and make this holiday season joyous.
And then don't care about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think that one of the things we wanted to talk about is how we handle the holidays and what
Mhm.
we've done over the last couple years, the different routines, the different holidays, how we handle it. Because I
Yeah.
think that that's probably one thing as parents you might have a tendency to be like selfish about because you don't want to miss out with your kids on those days.
Right.
And I think sometimes as a result of that, like the kids probably end up suffering a little bit
Mhm.
because it's, they're
It's a
being
battle.
pulled.
And
Mhm.
at that point, you're putting yourself 1st
Mhm.
versus putting the kids first. So,
Or even your ex-spouse or
yeah.
whoever
Yep.
that is, and they have family and stuff that wants to see your kids as well. So
Yeah.
there's a bigger picture.
Yep. So a couple years ago, we were trying to timeline this, and I don't think we really have an exact timeline per
Mhm.
se.
About.
We have a guesstimate, but around that COVID time, well, let me backtrack a little bit. Dan and I's paperwork, my ex-husband, Megan's husband, it says like we have to rotate this and
Mhm.
switch this, and at 12
Every
o'clock
other
do
this,
this, and
yeah.
every other year do this. I'm like, I can't keep track of what I did this week, let alone last year.
Yeah.
So about a few years ago when COVID hit, we also had Camden. My husband and I, Steven, had Camden. And we just didn't want to really be out. It was Halloween time.
Mhm.
And we didn't really want to be out with a bunch
All
of
the
kids
kids and
and
the baby.
germs and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So, and our neighborhood doesn't do much. I think I've had a trick-or-treater in the 5 years we've lived here. So
Yeah. And ours is the same. We live on a dirt road. We
Yeah.
have no trick-or-treaters.
yeah.
So.
So, I wanted to see the kids, and I think Dan and Megan kind of wanted to get some of that baby feveredness and wanted to
Mhm.
see Cam. And so we carved pumpkins on
Mhm.
Halloween
In the driveway.
In the driveway. at that time, our oldest was, Landon, my oldest, was playing football. They had a trunk or treat.
Mm-hmm.
We went to that.
Mm-hmm. That was about it.
The girls dressed as deers.
That was fun.
And Camden dressed as like a little hunter guy. And honestly, it was a long
Really
sleeve.
cute.
It was cold. So
Camo.
orange beanie and a camo long sleeve and sweatpants.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very easy. And I think we kind of enjoyed that. It was mellow. It wasn't much to it. We didn't have to walk. We didn't have a buttload of candy that we're all going to throw away or bring to our office and be like, please eat this.
Yeah.
You know, Halloween, I think we'd not even really decided. It just kind of happened.
Yeah. That
we celebrate Halloween together. So it escalated and COVID went away and now we go to my sister-in-law's. Mm-hmm. She lives in a nice neighborhood they do have trick-or-treaters. They have 1 million trick-or-treaters and they give out full-size candy bars. So shout out to the neighborhood because
the kids were very excited about that.
Yeah. And so we, you know, between both families, we get some golf carts and we just kind of walk the neighborhood. I think this last year was our biggest group.
It really was. It was huge.
Yeah. And so it was so much. I loved it.
It was literally the best Halloween we've had, I think, in years. Yeah. It was really fun. And this neighborhood is really, really great because they even do like fun trick-or-treating for adults where they have Jello shots and all kind of fun stuff. So it was a great time, honestly.
Well, and then we have a friend who dresses as Michael Myers every year.
That was the best part of the whole thing.
And so it's quite comical for the kids as well as us adults. So we just kind of walk around and take the adult treats and watch, you know.
Our kids all trick-or-treat together.
So it's fun. So
really fun.
We do Halloween together.
Mm-hmm.
We do Easter. Easter's kind of hit or miss for us.
Yeah.
Like, I think I celebrate it more just because of my upbringing.
Yeah.
And then my mother-in-law and father-in-law have a humongous egg hunt. And so typically, that one I kind of think falls on the week.
I think so too.
So like if it's Dan and Megan's week, I don't stress about it. Like,
and we usually will do it like if I know you're going to have them on Easter Day for that, we'll do like Easter the day before. You know what I'm saying? Like that night before or something. And we always hide Easter baskets. I think that's a tradition that the Millers started.
Yep.
I had never heard of this in my life. And so when we got together, but the kids love it.
Did you get an Easter basket?
Did I get one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, come on.
I'm never get any of the fun stuff.
Terry, get her an Easter basket.
But I pack all the kids an Easter basket and then Dan hides them in the most ridiculous places. I think this past year we had to hide them in the house though, because of like it was raining or something.
Yeah.
But the kids love it. Like it's like the best part of the whole thing is them finding these Easter baskets. But yeah, we don't really stress Easter much. And I think we've done church together though.
We do.
The last couple years, just the Easter service.
Yep.
And then depending on our plans, we
disperse.
Part ways.
And just kind of go from there. And that, and to add to that, it does kind of suck on those holidays where you don't get, you're watching all these kids find these Easter eggs and they're, my two big kids aren't there because we always have Cam. He's always with us all the time. And so, I don't want to, I don't want to like
make it sound like it's not a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Yeah.
But however, I think as much as it hurts, you kind of grow with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like originally, like the first holiday I think we had that we didn't have the kids, I think I cried, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say probably the worst one was just, we talked about this a little while earlier, Christmas, like I'm a very like by the book person. I'm a very like, this is Christmas Day is when you have Christmas, And when Dan and I started celebrating together, Kayla and Dan already had a schedule of he and his family had the kids Christmas Eve, and then Kayla and her family had them Christmas Day. So then I had to also adapt to that schedule.
Well, that schedule wasn't made until...
Was it later on?
It was later on when his in-law or his parents decided to not
do Christmas Day
stuff.
Okay.
And so then I think you all still needed to go to your parents and stuff. So I think it just kind of
worked.
It honestly just, we got the luck of the draw there.
Yeah.
And the kids literally get 2 Christmases.
Yeah. And it worked out. In the end, it really did work out because with my ex, with my kid's dad, Jeremy, it's pretty flexible. Like they don't have family here in Jacksonville. So like we have all the kids Christmas Eve. So like they wake up Christmas Eve morning and we do Christmas Day on Christmas Eve. And then that night, all the kids go back to you and Jeremy. And then Christmas morning, all the kids wake up where they're at with you and with Jeremy, right?
We get a
But
second
they get-
Santa circle back around.
Yep. And then that evening, I usually go pick up Braden and Emma and take them to my grandma's for dinner.
Okay.
So like I still see Braden and Emma on Christmas
Yeah.
Day. We go have dinner together. Jeremy and his new wife Fran usually come with us because they don't have family here. So like it sounds complicated, but it works out perfectly because then we don't feel like we're having to fit in
Right.
25,000 families and houses
Yep.
and meals and events
Mhm.
into one day. It's divided.
I think the only day we're still learning is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Which is tough.
It's a thorn in our side.
It is. I think we're getting there.
We are. And I think that we've it used to be like rotating. And
Yeah.
I think in the last couple of years, we've kind of gotten down to the point where it's like, if you guys have plans, you have the
Mhm.
kids. If we have plans, we have the kids.
Or like
Or-
this year we kind of timed it. This year we didn't time it well at all.
No.
That's my bad probably. But, I still got my picture with the kiddos and we still all got to dress up
Mm-hmm.
and then they went with Dan. So, which we that's the one holiday I think we do kind of rotate or time perfectly.
Yeah. Or
Like
we try
we'll
to
eat at
do-
noon and then they'll
we
eat
eat at
at
like
like
5.
3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah,
So we're
exactly.
able to kind of coordinate that. And I'll say to anybody I'll say 2 things. My first thing is if you have a person in your family that's a co-parent that is trying to figure out the whole timing situation,
Mhm.
instead of just saying, be at my house at this time and bring this dish,
Mhm.
maybe give them a call and ask, hey, Billy Bob,
Yeah.
I know you want to have your kids or what's the game plan and feel that parent out first before making the decision.
Absolutely.
There's
Yeah.
no set time in the set book of
like not to
holiday
step on
times.
toes kind of thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
And just to kind of not make it so stressful for that parent at that
Mhm.
time because it is stressful. It's trying to figure out the time and the date and who to
Mhm.
be where and pick up there and wear this dress but give me that dress back and just the whole thing. Just, if you're hosting a holiday and you have a parent that is co-parenting, all I ask is that you just give them a call
Yeah.
and say, hey, what time is your ex-wife or spouse or
Yeah.
husband doing something so then we can coordinate and
do
make
it
their
counter.
life
Yeah.
easier.
Well, I think that's really worked. And I think that for me, it's not me and Dan that really are that concerned about, say, Thanksgiving, right? But then
Yeah.
you have to answer to your in-laws and to your parents and to your
Mhm.
siblings. And it's like you're trying to make everybody happy. And in the end, all you're doing is like maybe hindering like your relationship,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think kind of, hey, like what's your plan
Yep.
on Thanksgiving? Okay, cool. If you're doing 12 and we do 5, do you think it's okay if we get the kids at 4? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
Just to kind of like
Yep.
accommodate everybody to the best of your ability. But yeah, Thanksgiving I think is our only holiday that's
Mhm.
really like every year. It's just, hey, what's the plan?
What-
What are y'all doing?
Hey, Thanksgiving's tomorrow.
Yeah. What should we do
What's
this year?
happening here?
Yeah.
And then my second point is all the like I say adult moms, like the adult moms.
Yes.
Our moms and
Yeah.
our grandparents.
Yeah.
If your how do I explain this? If your kid and your grandchildren
Mhm.
can't make it to your house because they have 3 or 4 other houses to go to,
Mhm.
don't make that parent feel upset or ashamed or they
Like, don't
ha-
blame them.
Don't blame them and don't
Yeah.
like force them and be like, you better be at my house at 3 with the desserts. Otherwise we're
Mhm.
gonna, kick you out of the day. Like-
you're kicked out of the family.
Like, I think sit back and look at the big picture and say, I'm sure so-and-so, insert name here of said adult parent. That's not the
Grandma,
adult, but
yeah.
the adult. Let me give so-and-so a call and say, listen, I know you've got to go to this person's house and you got to go to that person's house for dessert and then you got to
Mhm.
make our house. Don't feel like you have to make our house. We love
Yeah.
you. We want you there.
Yeah.
Our door is open.
Yeah. But
However,
don't kill yourself.
if it's going to add stress to the holiday for
Mhm.
yourself and your spouse and your children,
Mhm.
we love you. We'll see you next year.
Yeah.
I think that speaks volumes as a family member
Mhm.
to those people that have to co-parent.
Yeah.
All these holidays. I feel like holidays there's a new one every year.
Oh, well, and I feel like they're just, and like towards the end of the year, we get all the big ones and they're all
Mhm.
together. And the kids went back to school after Thanksgiving break and the
Mhm.
kids are like, we have 3 weeks until Christmas break. And I'm like, 3 weeks? Like, are you
Yeah.
joking me?
Yep.
Now we're down to 2 weeks.
I know.
Stressed. But you factor in like, we have kids in school still.
Yeah.
We're still working. You have the holidays. You're trying to make everybody happy. Like, it gets to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And, we make jokes about like, one day maybe we just do it Thanksgiving together too,
Mhm.
just because, and then have everybody come over because
Yeah.
it's just one of those days that we're trying to accommodate and make everybody happy, and it just adds to your plate.
Yep.
Maybe that's why my immune system was weakened this year.
Probably so. They all stressed you out.
Everybody stresses me
Jeez,
out.
stop stressing Megan out.
Go ahead.
That's funny. We both said at the
Um.
same time, which makes it just that extra.
Right at the ring.
I think it's important to have routine, but then to be flexible.
Yeah.
Like if your paperwork states this holiday, this holiday, this holiday,
Mm-hmm.
as much as you probably hate your ex-spouse,
Mm-hmm.
like be respectful of the kids, and if they want to see their parent for that holiday season, or if it just works out that you can say, hey, we're having lunch at 12, are you guys having dinner at 5? And
Mhm.
great, cool, you can come get little Susie
Mm-hmm.
and come take her, and let the other parent have them for even if a few hours, even if it's for
Mhm.
dessert. Like if they need to go to
Yeah.
Grandma Pap's house and go have dessert, I'm just gonna throw out a bunch of names of random
Susie,
people,
Pap.
Susie, Pap, whoever. To
Did you say Billy Bob earlier?
I did. I just the routine is set in place, I think, for those times where you're just at each other's throat, and I
Mhm.
think legality purposes and paperwork purposes, we get that.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that should be like your backup plan though, if you can't come up with a solution,
Right.
right? So like if you call and you're like, hey, this is my plan. Okay, well, that's what time we're eating. At
Right.
the end of the day, if y'all can't compromise, then you have to fall
stick
back
to
on that plan.
the routine.
Yeah, to the routine. But if you can compromise and do something that's better or easier for you or your kids, then
Mhm.
I think that would be the
Yeah.
obvious solution.
And I think to lessen arguments, if they can't accommodate,
Yeah.
don't be mad at them.
Yeah.
Their
It's
mom
not
or
always
their
in their
aunt
hands.
is probably hosting and having
Yeah.
that set menu at that set time. And they're like, listen, like Aunt May, is saying we have to eat at noon. I can't
change anything.
change anything.
Yeah.
Well, and your Aunt May can don't go there.
It's not gonna help
It's out of their control at that point.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
just kind of leave it be, and you'll have fun next year.
Well, and I think too, something that I thought of this year, like Thanksgiving to me isn't my most favorite or most like, I'm not
Oh, finish your thought.
like, so I'm willing to accommodate more on Thanksgiving than say another holiday. So
Christmas.
maybe maybe in those situations, but okay, well, if you get this holiday, this year, then I get this holiday this year.
Mhm.
Something
Yeah.
along those lines, like accommodate those things. Like Dan's mom is all she cares about is Thanksgiving. That's where
Right.
she wants to see the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So we kind of try to make sure we get the kids there for Thanksgiving because we know
Right.
on Christmas we're going to be at our house.
Right. Yeah.
So
Maybe that's our conflict. Both of the mother-in-laws really
one
like Thanksgiving.
That is the conflict.
We're gonna have a talk with them.
We are. We're
Sit down,
talking
ladies.
to.
We gotta chat a little bit.
I never thought about that. That's very true.
It literally light bulb moment.
Do you
Just-
guys do Christmas Day with your mom or with Steven's mom? Or both?
Christmas Day is a little hectic
It
for
is
us.
with y'all? Okay.
Well, and the only reason being is because we do have my family.
Yeah.
Which my family is very small. So I was adopted by my grandparents. I'm a not a single child because I do have my sister, but
In that fam. In your
long story, different episode.
Refer
So
back to episode 1 probably.
I don't even think we've talked about.
I think
like,
a
my-
smidge about
Have we?
like your. I think a little just about your bio mom, your adoptive mom. But I
If
don't know
y'all
how
want
much
that
we went into
story,
it.
put it in the comments, and we can make an episode.
Yeah.
We could see if my sister Debbie would want to come on and
That's
have that
true.
chat. That'd be fun. Let us know in the comments below. No, but so we do ours is we're up at like 7. We've got
Okay.
Cam, so
Yeah.
we're bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, who ate the cookies and the carrots and the
Mhm.
milk, and I don't
Yeah.
drink milk. I don't know what y'all do, but I throw mine down the sink.
Steven doesn't drink it.
No.
Oh, I think I drink it.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
I pour it down the sink and then take a big bite of a cookie, like a.
Would you make it chocolate and then drink it?
No, I don't like.
You just don't like it in
I just don't
general?
like milk.
Okay. just
I
wanna
have to
know.
be in the mood for milk, and the only time I'll probably ever drink milk is with cereal or Oreos.
I would say you dip it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a dipper. Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
eat dry Oreos.
Yeah,
Gross.
it's disgusting.
But we do so around 7, and then we host here at our house around 10 o'clock
Mhm.
Christmas breakfast.
Okay, we do brunch. Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's pretty much it's 10 o'clock
Yeah.
brunch. So then my parents come, my sister and her family comes. We exchange gifts. We have breakfast together, and then we go to my in-laws around 3, 4 o'clock-ish.
Presents there.
And do all the Stevens family stuff there that evening. And then they live on the water, so we maybe take the boat out or, go in the hot tub, or we just kind of end our evening there, a few drinks, some coquito or eggnog, and just enjoy that evening.
That's not too bad then, because you're
It's
here
not
mostly
horrible.
for most of the day. Then you go over to the in-laws.
But then my OCD, like, the kitchen is
disaster.
a disaster. There's
Yeah.
bacon grease and bags of presents, and it just so.
Yeah,
But I'm
you spend half
excited.
the time cleaning up after
I'm excited
everything.
for the. Well, I will give it. My mom and Debbie, they do kind of help clean,
Pick up
up a little bit. I'm excited this year because there's not a lot of presents under the tree this year.
Yeah. I can't tell you why yet.
No, it's a secret. You'll find out more later. Do any of the kids listen to the episode?
So I was going to say Braden and Emma, I think both listened to it. So that's why I was like, we can't say anything yet about it. Yeah.
Well, luckily we've timed this right because by the time they hear
that's
this,
true.
they may or may not know.
They should know one way or the other.
Let's hope so.
Right? Okay.
So, anyways, but yeah, less presents, less stuff to clean up.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
We kind of do a similar thing. My parents split up a few years ago. And when they split up, my mom started a tradition with me and my siblings. We do like Christmas brunch, so similar.
Yeah.
So like me and no, that's Christmas morning. No one's there but me and Dan in the mornings, and then we typically
Is
have
that
to go.
like I don't know, hustle and bustle?
Yeah.
Is that nice to kind of wake up to like a
So in the beginning, it was weird.
Right.
Like my first year doing it,
Yeah.
I was like, this is depressing. Like it's Christmas morning, the kids aren't here.
Yeah.
It's weird. But it ended like my anxiety and like
adjusting?
yeah, like I had to adjust. But once I adjusted, I wanted, and even after like everything occurred on that first year of Christmas, I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense, honestly, because we did Christmas with the kids the night before.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then Christmas Day, we wake up by ourselves and we might have breakfast, we might hang out. I don't even know.
Yeah.
There's no set routine to it. We probably sleep in, to be honest with you, because we know the rest of the day is going to be hectic.
Yep.
But then we usually go grab Braden and Emma. My mom and my siblings will all come over. We make mimosas. We don't usually do presents, but we'll just do brunch and mimosas.
Well, presents
know?
is present enough.
Exactly. And then we go to my grandma's
'Kay.
later on that evening, like you said, 3-4-ish
Yeah.
time frame. We eat with her, and then we do presents over there with my grandma and all of that side of the family.
Gotcha.
So which is nice because then we don't have to rush to go anywhere else. We don't have to run to Dan's family
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's just our house and then my grandma's house. And I want to say the last couple years, Dan's family's been coming over on Christmas Eve too.
Oh.
So then we do like brunch on Christmas Eve with his family, and then we do brunch on Christmas Day with my family.
I think you're right.
So we got a lot of mimosas happening around Christmas time.
I wouldn't make it. Mimosas go down too easy for me.
Oh, they do. And that champagne catches up with you
Mhm.
quick. I found some Grinch ones though this year
Mhm.
that I want to. Have you seen those?
With
Where
the
you-
ornament and you drop it in there and it turns green.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's the I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's that blue liqueur that you use, and they use it in the Jags juice too. It's like curacao, maybe.
Yes.
Is that what it is? It's like a bright blue liquor of some sort. I don't know.
The blue one.
It starts with a C. That and orange juice
You
make
can
it
tell we're
green.
not bartenders.
We are not bartenders. We just buy things that
Yep.
we see on Pinterest and mix them together.
Throw it together.
Yeah. But I think we're going to do Grinch ones this year because it's just fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's made it honestly really easy. And I think that Christmas now is like very not stressful. Like
yeah.
there's a routine to it. We do the same thing every year. The kids love having more than one Christmas because they go to our
Mhm.
house and your house and the in-laws and the grandparents, and like
Oh yeah.
they get way too much stuff, which is
They
part of the
do.
reason we're doing things different this year.
Yes.
Which I
Oh,
guess,
I can't
we
wait.
can tell, right?
I don't know.
Can we prelude to like our episode that we're gonna do in in what is that? 3 weeks or 2 weeks? No, 3 weeks.
We're gonna have an episode of us in the wild.
yeah,
And that's all you'll get to know. The suspense for the kids, the suspense for you.
yeah. There we go.
What do you think the surprise is?
There you go.
I want to hear what the listeners
What could we
think.
be doing to change up Christmas and the amount of gifts that the
Yeah.
kids are gonna have?
And I want to know if y'all do the same.
Yeah, good question.
What do you do for, like, how do you celebrate your holiday?
Mhm.
I think that'll be fun to know.
I saw a really funny thing on probably TikTok yesterday, and I should have sent it to you. But have you seen like where parents say they do like something to whatever it is, like something to read, something to
Something you want, something you need, something to read.
Yes, have you seen that? Okay. So this one was like the realistic version, and it was like something green that'll be stuck in the carpet forever. Something like it was like all the most ridiculous Christmas gifts.
Yep.
And I'm like, honestly, facts. Like the slime and all that stuff. You have it's the same thing. Good intentions never goes quite as planned. But this year we're changing things up. The kids are getting older. So give us your way of doing Christmas, I guess.
Yeah.
How do you budget? How do you plan for the kids?
How do you budget? Good
Yeah.
question.
Well, and I guess for people with multiple kids, do you try to keep it even? And if you do, are they the same age?
I do.
I feel like that's hard too, like with Cam being younger.
We keep it even.
Like amount of gifts or prices of gifts? Like,
Oh.
does everybody get 5 or is it kind of like
Everybody gets like 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I try to keep it monetarily similar and
Mhm.
like as the kids are getting older, like
That's-
explain to
that's
them.
smart, though.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, Braden, you asked for a laptop. Obviously, you're going to have less presents because you asked for an
Because
expensive gift.
Santa can't
Yeah.
afford it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So it's like also teaching them, you know, if you ask for an iPod or iPod. What year was that? 1990?
Yes, Braden, if you ask for an iPod, you're
Do
getting
you think
it.
they know what an iPod is?
The lime green one
The little circular
With
thing.
the little
where
circular
you change
thing.
the-
and wired
What about the
headphones.
original iPod that was like this big?
Nano?
Yeah, the Nano.
Mhm.
That was, and you couldn't look for your songs. You just had to. We were prepared for that with our text messaging though, because you had to push it more than once.
That was funny.
I'm in an iPad, but my age told itself for a minute. But I can't come back from that.
No, that was funny. Monetary, we're teaching kids monetary value on how much
Exactly.
an iPod versus an iPad costs.
Versus a laptop versus a PlayStation.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense. I think mine aren't like
Age-wise,
mine
yet.
will get there.
Yeah, that's and I think like Lily's probably the only one of the kids that I haven't kind of gone over that with because she still wants like Play-Doh and kinetic sand and art.
Do you know how much
stuff.
kinetic sand I just vacuumed?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
She
you're
had-
probably sitting on some right
Probably.
now. Let's be honest.
She had a cup, like a glass cup from my kitchen, full of kinetic sand on her bed the other day, and I walked in and saw it and just walked right back out.
We're not doing that
I
one.
was like, I just don't have the energy at this moment
Yeah.
to find out what's happening with that.
That's funny. My last thing I want to talk about, and we kind of like briefed on it, is, you know, for the ones that are just, it's unfortunate and you do have to be alone on those holiday seasons. That's tough. It's okay to be sad. The only suggestion that I could really offer you is to kind of like how I did with when Dana and I got our divorce, make your own,
I was gonna say.
you know, way to celebrate it. Come up with a new
Challenge yourself with a new thing.
a
yeah.
new tradition. And I think it's funny that you say, you know, you have to do Christmas on this day.
Mhm.
I want to tell you and everybody else, like, use the whole month.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be on a set day. You know, Jesus was born on this day, sure. But like, as our birthdays,
Mhm.
I celebrate the whole
week.
month. So
month,
all
that
of
works.
June, you know. So find out ways to celebrate it throughout the year. Like do a new tradition. Go Christmas light looking or
Mhm.
do
Well,
a
maybe
new
like you
ornament.
said, that's what I'm saying. Maybe
Yeah.
like you said, maybe start a new fun thing with friends even. Like
Yeah.
we do the ornament exchange now.
Yes.
Party. So
Yep.
and that's the Friday before Christmas, I want to say.
22nd.
Yes, the Friday before.
Look at us trying to figure out all the places we have to
Yeah.
be.
So like maybe start something new like that without the kids. And I
Mhm.
think there's a lot of fun adult things you can do for the holidays now too.
Yeah.
You know, so
Or like, I don't know,
there's
this
just
honestly
pop-up bars that come around Jacksonville now too. Have you
I
seen
heard that
those?
on yeah. I just honestly thought of this. Like, say for instance, maybe you don't have your kids that on that Christmas day. However, your rotation may go. Maybe like open a gift leading up to Christmas, or you know, I don't know. I'm just popping out ideas here. I'm just throwing
Yeah.
things out there.
I think there's always ways to change things. And like, I think maybe changing your mindset of like, just because it's not the same as it always has been doesn't mean it's
Mhm.
not as good. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
But
Changing things up can be fun too.
Correct. And it might hurt for the first few years, but I think you learn to adapt
Mhm.
and adjust to the situation at hand. And that's okay. It might be next year where you're like, I can do this. Like
Mhm.
today's a new day. The house is quiet.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have some mimosas to get through, but it might take a couple years. There's no timeline on how, you know, you need to celebrate your holiday. I think it just goes back to as long as those little babies are happy and excited. And it doesn't have to be monetary gifts.
Yeah.
Honestly, spending time together, reading a Christmas book, watching a Christmas movie,
Mm-hmm.
making a new hot cocoa recipe, and maybe putting some blue Sirocco stuff in it. I don't know. You know,
Whatever's called.
whatever's cool. Just, you know, make it fun for you, make it fun for the kids. For all the years to come, we only have so many holidays with our kids.
That's really starting to traumatize me lately.
I'm sorry.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay, I'll stop talking.
Me and Dan
Love
had
on your
a
babies,
whole
the end.
conversation about this the other day, that just the amount of time we have left with him, because Braden will be 14 right after Christmas.
Yeah.
And it really started to sink in that, like, there's not enough time.
No,
Like, and I don't want to go too far into it because I'll probably cry.
that's fair.
But I think maybe that's where I want to loop it into. Like with the holidays, trying to make sure that you're like utilizing that time to the best of your ability. Even if it's not on Christmas Day, it's not on Halloween,
Yeah.
it's not on Thanksgiving. The day before or the day after really doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
As long as you're utilizing that time with the kids and making memories and bonding with them.
Yeah, and I think looking back to the kids are going to be like, my mom did not celebrate this
On the
holiday
27th.
on this day of the month. They're going to be
Mhm.
like, man, remember when my mom and us made
Christmas cookies.
Christmas
or-
cookies, you know,
Yeah.
and she did everything she could with what she was dealt with to be able to just enjoy Christmas.
Mhm.
Rather than looking back and be like, gosh, my mom was always stressed the whole month of December and she would yell at
Mhm.
me and then we couldn't do the Christmas cookies because the Christmas cookies got on fire because she was so overstimulated. Like, you know,
Yeah.
so that's a good point. Like,
No, I think that's, and the kids, I was talking to Braden about it the other day. He's my first kid to really be older and I feel like start vocalizing his thoughts on
Mhm.
things. And the other day he mentioned something about Christmas, just loving decorating the tree and just loving like our traditions we have.
yeah.
And I asked him, I'm like, why do you love it? Like, is it because of what we do every year? And he's like, it's because of you and Betsy, like just like the routines that go into it. So like knowing that at 13, like he's realizing these things and that it's put like a feeling around Christmas. Like even though like December has this like feeling,
Yeah.
like knowing that he's absorbing that at his age is like
Yeah.
exciting.
You did a good job, Mom.
Yeah. I was like, who made you love Christmas? Was it me?
Right. Was it me? Did
Was
I?
it me? Did I do it?
Do we love Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you want to play some Christmas music?
Right now?
Right now?
And decorate cookies?
Alexa. I'm just kidding.
But no, it's really I think that's a really good way to think of it too, is that, and maybe even, and it might not be your first choice, but maybe even including like, we have significant others, right? But there might be people out there that maybe it's one-sided. Maybe one person has a significant other and the other doesn't. Maybe include them in your Christmas things.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that way, or even if they do, I don't know,
yeah.
get weird like we do. I don't know. But, you know, do stuff together. I think the kids love that. And,
Mhm.
you know, what better way to celebrate the holidays than by like meshing everybody together?
Yeah.
Even though it's weird.
It is
It could
weird.
be weird.
It could be weird, but I think too, like to the point of like extend that offer. But like if you don't think that you can be in the room with that same person for that amount of
Yeah.
time, well, I've never heard a kid complain
No.
that they have 2 Christmases, 2 birthdays, 2
Nope.
Thanksgivings, whatever that
Lily
case may
bragged about it
be.
not long ago.
See, exactly.
favorite.
So, you know, do what's best for you and your family and for those kiddos.
I guess my point was just maybe don't be afraid to think outside the box too, though. If
Yeah.
it's feasible for you and your family, you know.
Outside of
So-
the present box.
Exactly.
I don't know,
That
you
too.
said box, my brain just put a
Present.
present in my head. That's just
I
where
mean,
I
we're
went
talking
with that.
about being outside the present box lately too, just doing things differently.
Differently.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I think that's
Did we
the
touch everything?
I think we did. So we've got one more before Christmas starts. We're going to leave it decorated for the month of December
Yeah.
because Buddy the Elf. But, you know, next episode is a completely different topic, not on the holidays. But we just kind of want to get this out there in hopes that maybe we can change your perspective for this month of December. It doesn't all have to be on one day of the 25th. Enjoy your December as much as possible.
Yep.
You'll probably even enjoy it more if you like, subscribe, follow, all of the above. I know it'll make my December even better.
Yeah.
You know, share the word. We've got a lot in store.
And we'd really like if you guys started asking questions. we are kind of winging this, honestly, and coming up with topics that we think maybe you guys would like, but we'd really appreciate it if something pops into your head one day, tell us. Let us know. Chat us.
And if you don't want to put it on the comment section, send us a message, what
Yeah.
have you. But, we're doing this for you guys. So we want to know what you all want to hear.
What will help you? What's topics that you can't talk to anyone else about?
Yeah, we can talk about it for you. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what we do is we talk.
And we'll keep you anonymous if you want to be.
Yeah. We'll give you a new name.
Good.
I'll just
Aunt
throw out
May.
another name.
Yeah, man. Billy
You,
Bob.
you might be the next Aunt May.
What iPad would you recommend?
I know nothing about technology.
the
biggest
iPod.
one? The iPod.
Yeah.
The new iPod.
Yep.
Oh,
iPod
gosh.
27.
Never. How did iPod even come out of my mouth?
I thought it was quite hysterical. All right,
What
well, that said, everyone, I hope you're listening to this on your iPod.
On your
and we'll see you next time. Y'all have a good holiday.
Happy holidays.
Bye. Like, if they need to go to Grandma Pap's house and go have dessert, I'm just going to throw out a bunch of names. Lisa and Tony. John was just here. Little Susie, Jen and John and their kids. Terry. Hey, Billy Bob,
Pap.
Susie, Pap, whoever. Listen, Aunt May.
Did you say Billy Bob earlier?
I did. I'm sure so-and-so, insert name here,